Yay. Blink 3 times if this is a hostage situation. We going live from the underground. What up, YouTube? Topaz Yates back with Live from the Underground. Here we talk about a particular topic every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday, possibly Friday. And today's particular topic would be this kind of odd message that kind of came out of nowhere, where Kanye is speaking with Jay Prince about squashing the beef between he and Drake. Now, I mean, you know, I could give you all the details on it, but let's hear it directly from Kanye. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you this as well. Bang.
Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's time to put it to rest. I'm asking Drake on December 7th to join me on stage as a special guest to share the 2 biggest albums of the year, live in Los Angeles, with the ultimate purpose being to free Larry Hoover. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come together. So this is Jay and Jay Prince.
Let's run it back. Run it
I'm
back.
making this video to address
He
all
said,
going back and forth
beautiful.
between myself and Drake. Both me and Drake
Look
have taken
at Jay
shots
Prince.
each other, and it's time to put it to rest.
Why does he look like, nigga, you better say what I tell you to say, or I'ma strangle you right here, right now.
Live in Los Angeles, with the ultimate purpose being...
Clearly he's reading off of his phone. When have you ever seen Kanye read off of his phone for anything? Let's go back to George Bush doesn't care about black people. Was he reading off of something to say that, or was he speaking from the heart?
To free Larry Hoover. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come.
Well, you sound more realistic when you're reading your rhymes, fam. Let's keep it 1,000.
Together.
Beautiful. Like, well. And you know, I'm not one for beef to linger and all that stuff, like, but clearly the beef has been more through the music. Like, nothing in the streets has happened to this point. So I don't see the purpose of this besides Jay Prince flexing the fact that he's Jay Prince. For those of you who don't know, Jay Prince is in the streets, dude. Well, he calls a lot of shots. Literally. And he's done the same kind of thing to Charlemagne. He's done the same kind of thing to a bunch of people. He will warn you. He'll give you a token of peace for you to do what he do before things happen. You feel me? Before crazier things happen out here in the street. Like, it's no coincidence that he wants them to come together to do something in light of trying to free Larry Hoover, who, if you don't know who Larry Hoover is, most might even know him more from the Rick Ross, I Think I'm Larry Hoover. People may think they know, but Larry Hoover was big boy out here. Why he got the fad time. And Jay Prince was connected to him. Let's keep that 1,000. Now, my question is, what about Kanye West and the latest interview that he did on Drink Champs says that he actually wanted to do any of this? Like, Drink Champs, where he's cutting loose, drinking, smoking, saying what's on his heart, throwing shots at a time, having a good time. Everybody, it was a great interview. I enjoyed it. That was the real Ye. That was how Ye actually feels deep down on the inside. What about this says it's the real Ye? Let's run it back.
This is Jay and Jay Prince. I'm making this video
Looking straight down to the phone.
Between myself and Drake.
Who wrote this for you, Kanye?
Each other, and it's time to put it to rest. I'm asking Drake on December 7th to join me on stage as a special guest to share the two biggest albums of the year, live in Los Angeles, with the ultimate purpose being to free Larry Hoover. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come together.
Now, I mean, my question is, since when do albums and like release parties and having two of the biggest artists, like since when does that actually help to free anybody from jail? I haven't ever seen it happen. What up, Ben? I see Ben in the chat room. Said, this is beyond the issues that they got, but if we speaking on the beef solely, Kanye has won the war with him and Drake. Drake musically got him, but Kanye and Pusha T has checkmate Drake into a corner. Gotta disagree with that. Like, honestly, like you said, musically, Drake got him. That's how I base all of this stuff, because it was clearly based in music. I mean, they put dents in Drake's armor. Drake will never be the same since Pusha T and Kanye been going at him, but Drake is still number one. And that was somewhat of the purpose, wasn't it? Wasn't the purpose of them beefing with them to knock Drake off of the top? They put a dent in him, but his album still went number one for multiple weeks, even right after Kanye came out. Even when other acts that the music industry tried to promote crazy, like Lil Nas X, when they tried to drop that, Drake was still on top. You feel me? Ben also says Pusha T did him in with the diss, and Kanye went to his Don Jay Prince, who Drake listens to. Drake stopped his real diss track because Prince told him to stand down because him trying to get Hoover out. Now I don't quite understand what Drake and Kanye's beef has anything to do with Lil Hoover. Like, sure, you can use these individual acts who are the biggest hip hop acts to get notoriety to this movement to free Lil Hoover. That's cool, but I don't see the correlation. I really just don't. Ben also says, now Drake has 30 days to join Prince and Kanye or it looks bad. Drake needs Prince to protect him or else Drake is food here in these streets. That's facts. I mean, all these individuals, man, they always have someone backing them who has a reputable like reputation out here in the streets. All rappers need that, or else you get extorted every city that you go trying to do shows. These are facts. There's no denying that. And honestly, he will join this, but I don't see this actually ending the animosity that they had for each other. Like, you being forced to do a show, to do something of better value. Let's not deny, like, to get Lil Hoover out would be a great thing. Like, them collaborating, do good things like that, that's great. But what about Kanye West on the Drink Champs makes you think that Kanye actually believes any of this? That at a moment's notice, Kanye will dive off the deep end and say all the reckless things that he was saying again, and Drake will continue with his subliminal shots in the dark that he doesn't want nobody else to actually hear about and know about. You feel me? Like, what about this says that any of that ends? This comes off as Jay Prince flexing his muscle to do something that he wants these people to do. But ain't no peace. There ain't gonna be no peace between Drake and Kanye. But I mean, it's cool though because it's not like a violence beef. It's a music beef. Clearly based on like, ain't nobody getting hold in the streets based on what Kanye and Drake are doing. They just been going back and forth. That's what hip hop is. You feel me? You go back and forth with the music, go back and forth with the shots. There only can be one standing on top. And Drake wants to be that. Kanye wants to be that. Clearly, it's Drake at the time because Kanye couldn't do anything to push him off the top, and his album was trash. Ben also says, Drake lost the war the minute he listened to Prince. Suge could never tell Pac to stop his beef against Biggie and Bad Boy. No man could. Pac would diss Suge before even stopping. That has, I mean, at the end of the day, Jay Prince is in them streets, dude. You're gonna respect what he says, or else, like, the muscle is coming. You understand? There's no way around that. So, what are you gonna do? Like, if Jay Prince comes out and tell you to do this to go ahead and make it seem like the beef is squashed, you kind of do that. Or else, like you said, he's going to be free out here in these streets. People going to eat off of him by extorting him. And, I mean, Jay Prince can call some people on you, too. Like, that's how these things kind of have to go down. But I don't see how that equates to Drake actually losing against anything. Drake provided the better music. Drake consistently has still reigned on top with the #1 album sales. Weeks after he came out, he dropped at the same time as Kanye and showed that he was better than him with the project, better than him with the music, better than him with the sales, and Kanye went off the deep end again. Kanye kind of acknowledged that it was raps for him, how that kind of played out, you feel me? But it was all on wax. This has nothing to do with actual street beefs and things of that nature. Like, that's why this kind of comes out of nowhere. And last thing Ben said, imagine joining a man you can't stand to help free a man that you don't know because your OG tells you to. The optics look crazy. I mean, the optics can look crazy. It is what it is. But this is more of the streets intervening, telling you what you gonna do, because the streets run a lot more than what people want to deem it to be. You dig? But let's look at it just 1,000. These two are individual artists who are on top of the music industry, who were having competitive beef to prove who's the best out here in the game. Kanye dealt some crazy blows because Kanye will go on a suicide mission in order to damage somebody in order to win. And he somewhat did that, and it came off. A lot of people feel as though it was successful. Until you see the hard numbers, until you see the stats, until you see the fact that Drake is still the man. And that was the ultimate goal, wasn't it? Like, Drake clearly won this on every level. Now, having Jay Prince come in and squash the beef, that has nothing to do with the fact that Drake was winning and still is winning, and there's nothing Kanye can do about it. And let's not forget that Jay Prince rocks with Drake more than he rocks with Ye, doesn't he? So if you want to go in that direction of optics, Jay Prince being here forcing Kanye, the guy who's not forced to do anything, he doesn't have to buy a house. He can live, he could be homeless, he could go wherever he wants to go in life. No one can tell Kanye to do anything. Until Jay Prince comes through, and then he stands right next to you, like, oh, you gon' say this. I'm going to prepare this document for you. You're going to say this and you're going to join Drake because I'm telling you you're going to do that. If you want to look at it in optics level of who looks like more of a chump here, I mean, they both look like chumps, but Kanye looks a little bit more of a chump. Like, Kanye's the one getting, like, do you think that Drake wouldn't join Jay Prince to do anything for Lil Hoover? He was going to do that regardless. That's not something that I could foresee Drake disagreeing with doing because he goes too far back with Jay Prince. Jay Prince ultimately put him on. He protects him out here. He does so much for him. I don't see Drake doing anything against what Jay Prince says. Kanye, though, doesn't have to do anything for anybody. He's made that clear, not only with his interview, his recent interview on Drink Champs, where he's showing us, oh, I will completely diss my own artists, and Big Sean saying that this is the worst thing I've ever done in my life was sign Big Sean. Like, his unpredictable nature, the fact that no one has to do, and he doesn't have to do anything for anybody. He doesn't have to take off his mega hat for nobody, because even though he's clearly being used by the god of white supremacy and Donald Trump because he's a moron, but he doesn't have to take that off. He doesn't have to make any apologies for that. He doesn't have to do anything. But when Jay Prince pulls up, oh, you gonna apologize. You gonna follow what I say. So if you want to go by optics, it looks worse for Kanye in these optics. But these optics mean nothing. Because as I'm saying, the end of the day, the beef ain't over, dude. How Kanye feels is not going to go away. He doesn't like Drake, just like he doesn't like a lot of people. Like all of the animosity that he was holding towards Just Blaze, a lot of people felt that came out of nowhere. Him saying, oh, Just Blaze copied me off of the blueprint. Like, how long ago was the blueprint one? You telling me Kanye held that inner animosity about Just Blaze since 2001, was it? I believe it was 2001. Kanye held animosity towards Just Blaze since 2001. And that just now came out, dude. So you trying to tell me that Kanye being forced to do a party or do a showcase or whatever this thing is that they're trying to do to squash this beef, that's going to change the opinions or the feelings that Kanye has for an individual that he's despised for a very long time, that he's going to probably despise until the day that he dies? Because, I mean, that animosity that he had towards Just Blaze was super telling now, wasn't it? That was super telling on how long Kanye is going to hold on to something that he feels he's been slighted about. And, oh, Drake has slighted Kanye a lot. All the diss tracks, all the times he slid in there like, yeah, I could have smashed Kim K. All these things that Drake has done, that's not going to change anything here. But this is just the streets letting it be known, flexing their muscle, Jay Prince flexing his muscle, showing you exactly what it is that he's about, and he's more dominant than these, like, the streets are more dominant than these rappers, man. Like, you gotta understand, rappers are entertainers, they're businessmen, they're in the business of making money. That's all that this ultimately is. The beef, Drake and Kanye, it can spill out into the streets because they got reputable people on the streets that back them. But for the most part, they're here to get the paper. They're here to be successful. They're here to change the lives of the people that's within them, which is cool. Jay Prince is here for some gangster shit. He's here for some ownership. He's here to do whatever it is he wants to do. And if you ain't riding with it and you in the way, they find ways to get you out the way. So don't get caught up in the hype of the image of the battle and the war between these two people of Kanye and Drake. That type of war is not the same type of war that Jay Prince has been through, have won, that he will bring to you on your front door. There's a reason why Jay Prince is still standing, where a lot of people are not. You understand? So, this has nothing to do with the beef. This has all to do with Jay Prince wanting something, and he's going to force his way into getting that. But say after a few months, maybe next year sometime, something might get sparked up again. You'll be hearing more of Kanye versus Drake because they clearly don't like each other. That's not going to change for a very long time. Just like how 50 will beef with somebody for Ja Rule for the rest of his life. I see that's how this is going to go. Like, they'll probably end up doing like a versus battle in like 5 years or so whenever they fall off or something. And they kind of got to. Or maybe even Jay Prince will get in between that too and make that happen because he was a boxing promoter. This would be right down his alley to try to do that if he's brokering some kind of peace. Can do that to make a lot of money. It's plausible. But again, the beef ain't squashed. It's just on hold. It's just on hold until somebody sparks up something else and Jay Prince don't feel like squashing it again. That's pretty much where it's at. As Ben also says that a lot of our people has suffered under that Lil Hoover nonsense. Yes, but it's Lil Hoover wasn't the first, ain't gonna be the last. You feel me? Getting Lil Hoover out of jail ain't gonna change the laws. Ain't gonna bring in economic freedom. Ain't gonna bring in reparations. It's gonna free somebody who I think is deserving to be free. I ain't gonna throw no shots or nothing like that. I would love to see Lil Hoover be free. But man, we need, as a people, as a whole, these things are cool, but it's not the key to the end of our struggles. What is the key to the end of Black people's struggles? Black empowerment. Black empowerment. Where we have money. We build our own businesses. We punish these race soldiers, these racist police officers. We make sure that they see jail or else we see them, which is what was happening over the summer when people will pull up to their houses. Like all the people, all the police to the random people that's abusing Black people in the neighborhood, when Black people pull up to their houses and see what was really good, that type of stuff is what brings us closer to freedom. Not so much a forced peace offering between Kanye and Drake, which I think it could be powerful. I think it can lead to good things with them doing that. I think there could be some positive. I'm not trying to crap on it. I'm just saying I can see through this. And it's not going to last. But I think it could be good, but it's not exactly the thing that's going to lead towards Black empowerment. Freeing Lil Hoover, what'll lead to Black empowerment is we get our reparations. oh, we need to be on Biden's ass right now. That's what'll help us get our financial freedom in order. When you realize that, like, Biden was saying, oh, we ain't got enough money we ain't got the trillions of dollars needed to give black people reparations. But then soon as the pandemic hit, oh, them trillions came out of nowhere now, didn't it? Oh, it's a very difficult thing for us to go in and change the law, change the way that things go in order for black people to not get hunted, to not get murdered out here all the time. But when Stop Asian Hate happened, oh, that didn't take that long now, did it? Oh, we can't do anything about all these immigrants coming across the border, all these people coming in. There's so many of them. And we can't just deport them all. We can't do that until the Haitians come in. You understand? Like, now, if Jay Prince were to do something along these lines to help push black empowerment so that we can all actually get something instead of promoting a show with these two people trying to free just Lil Hoover and stuff, which I think it can be good. But all I'm saying is, in the grand scheme of things, it's not necessarily that great of an help to what we trying to do, man. You feel me? As Ben says, to be fair though, Kanye is from Chicago, as he knows more about Lil Hoover than Drake does. Drake is Canadian, and I hear you. And I mean, that's facts, but I mean, what part of Kanye says he knows the streets, bro? Like, the only thing that Kanye would know about Lil Hoover in the streets is, let me stay up out of their way before they murder me. That same kind of respect gets thrown like that. Kanye and Drake have to have that same exact kind of respect for individuals like Jay Prince, Lil Hoover, all the rest of them. Like I'm saying, this doesn't have very, very much to do with anything. Like, I mean, bruh. And you can see how Kanye is handcuffed to this, how he's saying stuff that he clearly doesn't believe in. He clearly does not like Kanye. He doesn't like Drake, and he's not going to stop disliking Drake for as long as it damn takes for him to knock Drake off. Until when Drake finally falls off, Kanye wants to be right there to say, I told you so. So all of this, even though I think some good can come from it, all of this is all but nothing. I wish the streets would actually be more focused on the actual black agenda of things that we are actually fighting for, so you can use your influence like you're using your influence here to force these two artists who dislike each other to do something that you want to do, to help free somebody that I feel as though should be held free, which is cool. It's all good. But if y'all use this power wisely with the grassroots of black people that's fighting out here in these streets for actual economic freedom of our people, then it would help so much. But at the end of the day, we don't necessarily need y'all though. It would be super nice. It would help us go farther along. It would be a big help if the streets were to put this kind of pressure on when we need it from the grassroots. But at the end of the day, we gonna make it happen though, with or without they help. But it would be so much nicer if they were to help in the right way. And this way is cool, but it's not the best. It's not the best usage of the time, effort, money, the power that they're throwing around. This isn't the best uses of that. But all respect to Jay Prince for what he's trying to do here. This is a cool thing. And I want to see Lil Hoover be free. Free Lil Hoover all the way. All respect to the streets. All respect to the GDs. All respect to anybody from any set. It's all love from me, dog. But I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. This doesn't help as much as you think it does. And we need y'all to be more on accord with the street level politics, with the grassroots. We need y'all more in tune with the people. The people that was helping create the defund the police movement to eliminate these race soldiers all the way. The people that were crapping on, that ultimately told people well beforehand, before Kanye was wearing the MAGA hat and talking all this trash, but was telling people well beforehand, if Biden gets in the office, exactly what was going to happen. He's going to flood the zone with nothing but Afghanistanians, with Mexicans, with all these people who do not have our population's best interest in mind. They come over here to undermine us. We need people to help us to reverse these trends. We need more people to actually fight against the actual enemies that we have. You feel me? Instead of putting together stuff like this that's going to do very minimal. Like, the power and influence can go much farther if it's tied in with people who actually know what they doing out here as far as getting black empowerment. You feel me? But that's all I had to say for today's show, man. I try to do one of these every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday, maybe Fridays. Weekends, I'm usually busy. If you made it all the way to the end of this, man, feel free to leave a like, subscribe. Topics will continue to range. It was either this or talk about the, what's her name? Summer Walker. Did you guys see Summer Walker and her record deal? And she had like one of the worst record deals that I've ever seen, to a degree. But she came out recently saying that her deal has adapted and changed as time has moved on, which is possible depending on how successful you are. But like, her first album wasn't super successful. The second one looks to be doing some numbers. So I don't know how much of a change she actually got from her deal up to this point. I doubt it was massive. She probably gonna be another one of those artists in like 10 years saying, I came out with these hit records. Well, her hit records ain't really all that hit, but she came out with all these hit records and she ain't get paid for it. That's the feeling that I'm getting off of Summer Walker's career. But I chose to go more into this one because it seemed more positive things were to come out of this, talking about ending a beef, even though it's a handcuff and it's not really doing what we need as a population, but it's definitely a positive thing in the grand scheme of things. But it is what it is. Overall, I'm gonna get up off this now. I'm gonna come right back with some Street Fighter. I've been meaning to get online, play some Street Fighter, and that's what we about to do. But everybody out there watching, man, I appreciate you sticking around. Y'all be easy. I'm gonna be right back.